We begin with an ugly-ass rock troll named Ulik the Savage, finding his way to Earth to destroy his nemesis Thor. He has escaped from the underworld with the Asgardian battle axe, the Cudgel. Ulik goes on a rampage in Midtown Manhattan when Thor arrives to deal with him. Thor struggles to defeat him as Ulik's weapon is as strong as Thor's Mjolnir. Later, Iron Man shows up and joins their fight. Iron Man claims he just needs time to scan his opponent, but Thor insists that he doesn't stand a chance against him, given that he comes from the same place as him. Thor explains that Ulik, being a creature of magic, is a bad matchup for him, but Iron Man claims that magic is merely science that he hasn't figured out yet. When Ulik tosses his weapon, Thor deflects it into the distance, and together with Iron Man, they defeat him. Thor claims that Ulik's arrival is not merely a coincidence, and the appearance of the Asgardian weapon is a foreboding omen. He then reveals an ominous legend in Asgard in which he is foretold to be dead within the day when the Asgardian weapon should resurface. Anxious where the weapon may have landed, Iron Man and Thor search for it while dragging an unconscious Ulik through the air, knocking his head against buildings. Iron Man tries to learn more about the legend, but Thor keeps dodging his question and only explains that should the weapon fall into the wrong hands, it would be the end of the world. Iron Man struggles to pinpoint the weapon's location because magic interferes with his sensors. He suggests they return to the Avengers Tower so he can rig something that will better search for it. Meanwhile, a squadron of Hydra agents find the elusive weapon and report back to Iron Skull. When they are about to retrieve it, Doom Dogs show up and fend them off, and Dr. Doom himself picks up the weapon. At Avengers Tower, Captain America joins Thor and Iron Man, who are interrogating Ulik. When asked, Ulik claims he came to see the legend fulfilled, harboring that much hate towards Thor Odinson. Iron Man researches this so-called legend that has rattled even the unperturbed god of thunder. When Thor grows impatient, Captain America claims he does not have to fear the legend as they make their own destiny. Thor insists that each of them has a path that is fated to him, and this is his path regardless of whether they believe him or not. Eventually, Iron Man located the weapon on the premises of the Latverian embassy, which only infuriates Thor even more when he realizes that Dr. Doom has the Asgardian weapon. Seeing Thor overtaken by anger, Iron Man suspects there is more to the legend than Thor has told them. Meanwhile, Dr. Doom immediately scans the weapon, revealing ulterior motives for it. Iron Skull is furious at Doom for stealing what he claims to be rightfully his. He explains how he has sent a squadron of Hydra agents to retrieve it but fell prey to Doom Dogs at their master's behest. Doom admits to attacking Iron Skull's men, who claim that the war for world supremacy always demands casualties. He claims that only he can fully utilize the weapon's power, but Iron Skull refutes that he is tampering with forces he cannot control. Iron Skull suggests that together they could use its power to defeat their enemies, but Doom refuses to join the so-called cabal he has been trying to recruit him into. The Avengers quickly fly to the Latverian embassy to recover the Asgardian weapon. When the others insist on using force, Iron Man and Captain America talk them down, claiming they must act carefully when dealing with a country's ambassador. While Iron Man orders Falcon and Hawkeye to be their recon team, Thor and Hulk have grown impatient and quickly head out to confront the enemy, much to the others' displeasure. Iron Man and Captain America join the fight while Falcon provides air cover. Meanwhile, Hawkeye sneaks underground through the sewers. He ran into some robot guards but quickly got behind them and took them out. When he thinks he is in the clear, Dr. Doom shows up and knocks him out. Having defeated all of the Doom Dogs, Dr. Doom emerged from underground, furious at the Avengers for trespassing on Latverian soil. Doom doesn't even bother hiding the weapon as he takes it outside and uses it in his fight against the Avengers. Thor recklessly charges in, but Doom's weapon rivals even Mjolnir's power, and the two weapons cancel out each other. When Doom tosses his weapon, it knocks Captain America off balance and knocks down even the Hulk. Iron Man and Falcon tried to catch the weapon in the air but failed, and were surprised it returned to Doom's hand, just like Thor's Mjolnir. Iron Man suspects that Doom must have modified it with his technology. Thor worries that the weapon can still carry out its true purpose, whether it was altered or not. That said, Doom thrusts his weapon to split the ground, summoning the Midgard serpent that emerges through the crevice. Thor claims that Doom is messing with forces he doesn't truly know, but Doom replies that it's already too late as the very thing he is afraid of is on its way. When Falcon checked what it was, he was surprised to find a giant serpent rampaging in the middle of the city. Thor worries that the appearance of the Midgard serpent could mean the end of all things on Earth. Iron Man scans for any weaknesses, but is shocked to discover that the serpent continues to grow in size. Thor explains that once the Midgard serpent is unleashed, it will continue to grow in size and mass until it is large enough to consume the entire planet. According to legend, only Thor can stop it from rampaging by sacrificing himself. When Hulk recklessly charged at it, the serpent knocked him to a far distance. That said, Iron Man claims this might not be as easy as it looks. The serpent quickly turns its sights onto Dr. Doom, but Doom uses his weapon to tame the monster, to which he knocks it out with magic. Hawkeye regains consciousness and finds people running in panic as the surrounding area gets dragged into their fight. Captain America and Hawkeye focus on evacuating the citizens while Falcon goes out to look for Hulk, who was sent flying earlier. Iron Man joins Thor to keep the serpent busy while figuring out a plan. Thor insists that if this is his last day, he will ensure that the serpent dies with him, much to Iron Man's objections. Doom stubbornly insists on taming the serpent, but Thor claims no force on Earth can contain it. Thor and Doom clash weapons again, but are of equal strength, and the impact blows them away in opposite directions. While Thor and Doom are arguing, Iron Man intervenes and stops them. He reminds them to focus on the serpent instead before it's all too late. Doom refuses to work together with them, insisting on having the only power that can tame it and force it into his servitude. Thor claims that no mere mortal can control it, but Doom refuses to listen to him. Thor walks up to the serpent, intent on sacrificing himself, but Doom attacks them from behind. While Doom is busy restraining Iron Man, the serpent walks behind him and crushes him with his leg. Iron Man gets cornered and attacks the serpent with a solid uppercut, but still gets captured. As the creature is about to swallow him, Iron Man reroutes all power for an electroshock exocharge, forcing the serpent to throw him against the building. Meanwhile, Falcon tracks where Hulk fell and finds him unconscious on the ground. He struggles to wake him up, so he uses his hollow wings to toss him into the river. Thor picks himself up and resolves to fight the serpent to his last breath. He keeps attacking it without pulling his punches, but the serpent fights back and is unscathed from his attacks. Thor resigns to his fate, begging the creature to consume him and spare Earth. Iron Man arrives and catches Thor mid-air when the serpent is about to swallow him. Thor is furious for interrupting him into fulfilling the legend, but Iron Man refuses to let his friends die and claims they must write a new legend instead. Iron Man explains that it will never end, even if he continues to fight against it, and suggests taking it elsewhere. Captain America and Hawkeye have finally finished evacuating the civilians and rejoin the fight. He informs Iron Man that Doom persistently tries to tame the Great Serpent. Doom climbs on the serpent and uses his weapon to attack its back, riding it like a tame monster. Hawkeye then attacks Doom while Captain America drives the hoverbike. Iron Man wonders how Ulik got to Earth, to which Thor explains that trolls possess knowledge of hidden rifts between worlds. That said, Iron Man suggests using these portal rifts to return the serpent to the underworld. He then focuses on searching for the same energy signature as Ulik and the weapon to which he found a rift in the middle of the city. Iron Man describes it as a pinhole in the fabric of the space-time continuum. He claims they'd need a bigger jolt of power to blow it wide open. Thor then hurls his weapon in a circle to summon lightning powerful enough to open a rift for the serpent to go through. All they need to do is lure the serpent to where they want it to be. Unfortunately, the creature is veering away, so Iron Man and Thor use force to push him over but lack the power to do so. Just then, Falcon arrives, carrying Hulk back to the battlefield. Falcon throws Hulk against the serpent and headbutts him. Iron Man gives one final warning for Doom to get off the serpent before the Avengers finally attack it with everything they have to push it over the dimensional rift. Thor then summons lightning yet again, strong enough to close the rift once and for all. With Doom and the serpent gone, the Avengers celebrate their victory, but worry about all the collateral damage. Captain America worries about Doom, but Thor reassures him that plenty of enemies in the underworld will keep him busy. Falcon claims he is getting used to saving the world as part of the Avengers. Iron Man and Thor then return to the Avengers Tower to taunt Ulik, who is surprised to see Thor still alive. Ulik claims he heard the serpent roar and the ground tremble, but is dumbfounded to see Thor still. Thor claims that he decided his own fate. Unlike him, Odin will have to determine his. Thank you for watching. Check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.